أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربنا زدنا علما آمين يا رب العالمين. Today inshallah we are here with a very short lesson about نائب الفاعل. Let's learn what is نائب الفاعل. We had learned that there could be an inside file as well as an outside file in a Jumla failure. So, in the same way, in a passive sentence, there will be either an inside Naib al file or an outside Naib al file. So, what is a Naib al file? Let's see here. We know that in a common Jumla failure, here like Nasara, there is an inside doer or inside file that is here. Hua nasara. We know that. This is faili madi maruf. Nasara, he helped. So there is an, we know that, inside file. But if you'll see that in the next column, we have the fail and file, and that is an outside file here. Nasara hamidun. It will cancel out the inside file of Nasara, that is Hua, and now a file will become Hamidun, and it should be Rafa in the state. We know that always the file will be Marfu in the state. So fail plus file here is Nasara Hamidun is a complete Jumla failure, while Nasara in itself is a complete Jumla failure, while the inside doer or inside file is Hua. Here, Hamidun cancels out the inside file that is Hua, and Hamid here becomes the file. In the same way, as mentioned, in the passive sentences, there can be an inside file or an outside naib file. So here we already learned how to make a sentence into a passive form. Here you can see file and maf'ul. Maf'ul is added as well. Nasara Zaidun Hamidan. Here there is file because it is maf'ul in the state, and maf'ul, this is the detail, and we know that the detail or the maf'ul bihi here is always in the state of the nasab. So Hamidan is here mansoob. To make it into a majhul or the passive form, we know that the fi'l will be changed into the ui sound, nusira. Nasara becomes nusira, Hamidun, while this remains because who was helped? We know that who was helped? Hamidun was helped. So it will be a naib al file. Where a file, because sometimes we know that the passive form is used to emphasize upon the object instead of the subject. So Zaidun is not emphasized here, and because Hamidun is the main object, you can say. So that is why the failure Madi Majhul form is used, and our emphasis on uh, is upon Hamid rather than the file itself, that is Zaid here. So fail madi majhul here we have if we are going to remove this Hamid, so that is a new sira, that will be he was helped. So now we have this passive tense fail madi majhul, but there is an inside nav file, and that is he, the Hua version here. He was helped. But when we used here the nav file, that is the outside nav file, now this will cancel out the inside nav file of Nusira, that is Hua, and now Hamidun becomes the outside nav file. And the nav file must be after the fail. Remember that. Two things about nav file, that the nav file must be after the fail, like here, and in the state of Rafa, as here we have the file in the state of Rafa. So faili madi maruf and faili madi majhul. We have the faili madi maruf with the inside word, that is Hua. We have faili madi Majhul with the inside word huwa nusira. But if you are going to use the outside nab file, the inside nab file will be cancelled out. Nasara, Nasara Hamidun file here, the outside file, here the inside file is the huwa. And here fail file in maful, here fail madi majhul, where a Hamidun becomes a nab file. Let's see the next example. Daraba, here inside file is huwa, adding an outside file. Daraba Hamidun, Hamidun cancels out the inside file huwa. Fail file in maful, adding a maful Hamidan here. So Zaid becomes our file and Hamidan becomes a maful that is in the state of nasab. It's mansoob here. Daraba Zaidun Hamidan. Fail madi majhul, we know that how to make it with the ui sound. Daraba becomes ui, duriba, Hamidun, where Hamidun is a naib file. And see that this is after the fail, duriba, the fail madi majhul, and it is rafa in the state. Next sample is fataha, fataha Hamidun, Hamid opens, Hamid opened, and here it is our file. Here it is the inside file huwa. By adding a maful, fatah Hamidun al-bab, Hamid opened the door. Here, maful is a bab, and that is in the state of nasab. Now, what is opened? Now, emphasizing the door, we are going to change the sentence into the faili madi majhul, which becomes futiha by changing fataha into the faili madi majhul. Futiha, the ui sound, and al-bab is used. And remember that it should be after the fail and in the state of rafa. Futiha al-babu. Next sample is khalaqa. Khalaqallahu. Khalaqallahu al-insana. Now here see faili madi maroof, inside doer is Allah lafzul jalala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here. Fa'il and file. Khalaqallahu, Allah lafzul jalala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the file here. Khalaqallahu, here fa'il, file and maf'ul, adding a maf'ul, al-insana. You remember this, that when adding the al, we have to drop the tanween and only the single fatha will come here. It should be in the nasab state because insan here is maf'ul. Khalaqallahu insana. Now we need to emphasize upon the maf'ul here. So khalaqa, one way to make it emphasize, we need to change the fi'l madi maroof into fi'l madi majhul. So khalaqa becomes khulika. Now our maf'ul becomes the naib file, and here it is khulikal insanu. Khulika al insanu. So insan was created. Again, khalaqallahu. Again, we know that maful bihi can it gives the answer to who and what. Allah created who and Allah created what. So maful can be in the state of who and in state of what. So khalaqallahu al-arda, here it is maful. We need to emphasize the thing that Allah created. So Fi'l Madi Maruf will be changed into Fi'l Madi Majhul. Hulikat. Khalaqa Hulikat. Now this is, we know that this is Ghair Akil. So here version will be used Khalaqa Hulikat. Hulikat, this start Sukun will be changed into Kasra because the Ittika Sakinain, the meeting of the two Sukuns here. So this Sukun will get a Kasra. So Khulikatil Ardu. The earth was created. Earth was created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is Alhamdulillah understood. Let's see few examples from the Quran when Faili Madi Majhul is used and we have a naibul file. Remember two things, a naib file should be after the fail and it should be in the state of rafa. First example is Duriba Masalun. An example was struck. Duriba and Masalun here. This is Faili Madi Majhul and this is our naib file which is rafa and after the fail. Duriba Masalun. Next example is Unzilat Suratun. Again, because of this surah, this is here version will be used. Ta with the sukun, Unzilat, a surah was sent. unzilat surah. Next example is uiddat lil muttaqin. It was prepared. What was Jahannam was prepared for the muttaqin. Uiddat. Again, ui sound, ui unzilat, ui sound, duriba, ui sound. All faili madi majhul with their naibal file, which are after the fail and in the state of rafa. So these are the examples of naibal file. And inshallah, I'll see you in the next session. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.